Hey guys, Brittany Petersheim here from Clearing the Rain, a company dedicated to helping men and women get past just for surviving this life and actually get on with their damn lives and becoming livers. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about fears. I've been talking about fears all month with my group and in a couple other Facebook groups and on my Anchor channel, and I wanted to bring the discussion to YouTube now. And one of the biggest fears that I don't think is addressed enough and really needs to be talked about is the fear of being found out, right? The fear of people finding out about your past rape or sexual abuses or molestations or assaults, because we have this shitty rape culture, right? We have this idea that if somebody is raped or molested or assaulted, that we're going to be blamed for it. And in a lot of instances we are. So I understand where that fear comes from. However, living with that fear for decades and not saying anything to anyone because you don't want to break so and so's heart, family views on rape and molestation and all that kind of thing, it was somebody we knew, all of those things really honestly perpetuate and help to perpetuate rape culture, because we're not speaking up about these things that are happening to us. We're not pointing fingers to the people who deserve to be pointed out, right? And I think what irks me the most about this is the fact that we're allowing other people's fears and other people's expectations of us to keep us from actually talking about the shit that we need to fucking talk about. Right? We need to be able to talk about, the pain and the guilt and the shame that goes along with being raped or being molested. And, yes, there are certain things we can take responsibility for, but that doesn't mean that the sole responsibility lies with us, And I think it's really, really important for people to start understanding that unless you start talking about it, unless you start bringing light to your situation, and unless you start kind of not giving a shit what other people are going to think and you speak your truth in this regard, things are not going to get better for us. They're not. We need more people speaking up and speaking about their experiences, the instances where shit has happened to them that shouldn't have happened, right? I talk very freely about what has happened to me. I talk very freely about who did it to me. Now, while there were no charges brought against this person, and in Pennsylvania, statute of limitations has been reached, that doesn't mean that I'm not still going to talk about what happened to me, Sorry. So if we're not talking about these things, if we're not bringing light to these things, rape culture is going to be persistent. And if we don't stand up for ourselves, and if we continue to kind of hide behind this "I'm fine, nothing's wrong" euphemistic bullshit that we feed other people, and we essentially are lying to everyone. We're lying to the people who ask us how we are. We're lying to the people who don't even know us but are still affected by the shit that has happened to us. Most importantly, we're lying to ourselves. When you just say "I'm fine," are you really fine though? Are you really okay with all the shit that has happened to you? Because if you're not, then you need to speak up about it, and we need more people to bring light to this. We know what the statistics are, and those statistics, honestly, oh my God, they're not even real, true, actual statistics, because there are so many people who are not bringing this to attention, So I think really what I want to stress to you guys today is, yes, talking about these things can be scary. Talking about these things can cause rifts in families. It can cause relationship tensions with friends of families. But the ultimate thing is that it's causing tension within you, and that's not okay, right? I really want to encourage you, if you haven't talked about your experiences with anybody, find someone to talk to about them. There's groups on Facebook left and right. for survivors and victims pages. You can join my group at www.bit.ly/shelterthestorm, capital S's. You can go onto my website, www.clearingtherain.com, and it'll lead you right back to the Facebook page that you can join, and you can talk about it freely in there without judgment, without fear of, nobody believing you. I think that's the other thing too. Like, we're told that people aren't going to believe us because, and this one pisses me off so much. How many times has a chick reported that they were raped and they weren't raped? Well, guess what? How many times has a chick reported that she was raped and nothing was done about it? Or how many times was a man raped and it was laughed off? These are truly hurtful and damaging actions on other people. And I think that once we really start using our voices, and once we really start taking our power back from the fears and all the guilt and the shame that's associated with going through these things, going through these violations, once we start doing that, things are going to change. But they cannot change if there's only a handful of us who are actually talking about this shit. So I encourage you, find somebody to talk to, find me, talk to me about it, or just sit your family down and be like, look, this is what happened, and I've been living with this for X amount of years, and I don't want to live with this anymore. The weight that will be lifted off of your chest is something that you have never experienced before, and I'm excited for you to experience that, because it is a truly wonderful fucking thing to experience. So with that, I'm out of here. But I encourage you guys to do that. I encourage you to look me up on clearingtherain.com. And if you have any questions or comments, post them below. We'll talk. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.